Recording. What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching this live or on replay. It is May 1st, the 1st of May. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up. Nobody knows that song besides Hellstrom, maybe Josh. It's Bone Thugs and Harmony, I believe. If you don't know, you can Google it, look it up. But thanks for hopping on and listening to this. We had 4 games. Each team had 2 games yesterday. So I'm gonna have Coach Hellstrom. I know you were at a few of them and Josh was at the others. So I'm gonna turn it over to you and you can touch on that a little bit. So Coach Hellstrom, go ahead.
Yeah, I think Josh could probably speak a little bit more to the second silver game, but I thought overall, both sides we were doing a lot better job offensively of kind of sharing the ball, especially in the second game for gold team, and then for silver, I thought when we did a really good job putting the ball into the middle or cutting into the middle, thought we got a lot of really good things. Thought also both teams handled adversity different ways, whether it was silver with the team that was much more physical than us, or with the gold team having to deal with maybe a clock operator issue that we had towards the end. We definitely handled that in a very positive manner, and we kind of showed what grit is about. We weren't hollering at people, we weren't doing a lot of different stuff. We were just kind of going about being good people and good ball players. And I thought overall great weekend. So thank you everyone for giving all of your effort and participating and taking the time away to just improve your game. So great job.
Awesome, good job. Yeah, I got to see some of it. Avery's mom recorded or was streaming some of it on Facebook, so I was able to watch. It got really exciting down the stretch of the second game, and then her phone died. So I had to hear about the overtime victory, but I was proud to see that we withstood and their comeback and got it done. So, Josh, are you there?
Yeah.
Go ahead, take it over, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, Hellstrom touched on a lot of it, but I think going back to what I talked about with both teams going into the day was about consistency. And I think throughout all 4 games, I saw a lot more consistency, especially with the passion and our energy. There wasn't as many drop-offs. We had some trouble with that. But the 3 things were, the consistency with the energy, passion, enthusiasm, consistency with focus, which, I mean, going to what Brandon said about the end of that second gold game, I mean, if you're not locked in and focused going into that 2-minute overtime, that's quick, and that's a quick turnaround with the kind of emotions we had going into that. So that was really a testament to the focus we had. And then it was consistency with our communication. And that's the one that I think we still need to continue to really work on. We have periods of it where it's great, it has improved, but there's definitely times where we kind of have drop-offs with it, and it's seen in the results. We might have upped our communication, likewise with our energy, but especially with communication to meet a certain challenge, and then we kind of see some improvements, and then we drop it back off, or we and that's generally our problem with all 3 of those things. We do them in response to things when we're struggling. When we have trouble with any of those things consistently, it's because we're doing them in response to things and not necessarily from the jump all the time. But it did improve, especially, I'd say, really that last game with gold, it was definitely a testament to what we're trying to do as a program, because everything that could have happened in that game sideways did. I mean, from the foul count in the second half to whatever that was at the end of the game, to the physicality of it, to people chirping from the crowd. I mean, I think we handled ourselves well. And I think that I'm glad that was the way we wrapped up those 4 games.
Awesome. Yeah, so good stuff. Proud of you guys for responding the way you did, because adversity sets in sometimes, and how you handle it says a lot more about you than what you're handed. So you can't control what happens to you lots of times, but you can control how you respond. E Event plus response equals outcome. E plus R equals O. If you guys are writing things down, which you probably should be, I would write down E, which is the event, plus the response equals your outcome. So E plus R equals O. Event plus response equals outcome. So what happens? E plus R equals O. Event plus your response equals the outcome. So how you get thrown something, can't always control that, but how you respond to it is within your control, and that creates the outcome. So E plus R equals O. We have next weekend off. We are going tomorrow. So we will be at Edge Fitness tomorrow evening. Some of you guys know I did rupture my Achilles, so no showing off for me for a while. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you guys how to dunk. I'm gonna try to be there as much as I can. Surgery's on Wednesday, so I will be out. I think some of the Grants Pass guys, quite a few of them, Southern Oregon guys, sorry Carter, that includes you, Medford guy, are coming up tomorrow. So should have a good group there tomorrow. But we will be off next weekend. We will have a Sunday Zoom. So hopefully if you're watching this live, you will be here. If you're not watching this live, you're watching this on replay. Hopefully you will be there on Sunday, 3 o'clock Pacific time. If you can be there, because next week will be more interactive. Coach Hellstrom, you got something for us?
Yeah, knowing that we're going to be off this weekend, also know that there's Mother's Day coming up. So just hopefully you're not waiting to the last minute to appreciate your whoever your mother or motherly figure that you have in your life is. So making sure that you start to kind of think about what are you going to do to honor that person. Obviously, it's not just for the day, but Sunday is that Mother's Day. So
good point. So if you're taking notes, write that down, do something nice. Maybe it's write a card. I would encourage you to write a card. Everybody gives, you're gonna say Happy Mother's Day, I'm sure of that. Probably gonna have your dad take you out to dinner with your mom, I would guess. But I would encourage you to handwrite a note or a letter or a card to your mom saying thank you, I love you, and not just those things, but why. All of your moms make so much sacrifices. One of my favorite Coach K quotes, be tough like your mother. Be tough like your mother, because your mothers are tough. And just going through a pregnancy, now seeing my wife go through her second pregnancy, just to get you here where you are, birth is a lot, let alone all the stuff that they still continue to do for you. Make sure that you don't just say I love you on Sunday, and as you're in passing, don't just say, hey mom, I love you, can I have $10 to go to the movies? Say I love you, slow down, say it again, mean it, tell them why. And I encourage you to write it down, because they will save those notes. They may forget some things, but if you write it down, they will save those, because that's a special thing that you can do. Use your writing, use your words, articulate yourself as to not just that you love them and you're thankful for them, but why. I encourage you to do that. Let's see, so we're off next weekend, and then the weekend after that is a tournament. So the weekend after that, May 13th through the 15th will be a tournament, and it'll be in the Portland area. As soon as I get details on that, you guys will be the first to know. And hopefully we can come out and take everything we've been working on and play strong. We will also have something the following weekend to be announced, to be determined, and that is a weekend that we initially had off. But if you can make it, we will do something that following weekend. And then the weekend following that is Memorial Day, and we'll have another tournament in the Portland area. So that's kind of the plan for the next 4 weeks. Next week off for Mother's Day, the following weekend tournament, the following Saturday, a social team building activity / event / and then the next weekend would be the Memorial Day tournament. So hopefully you guys are all enjoying your weekend. Remember, don't take this game for granted because it can be taken away with a pandemic, and Achilles. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants this game taken away from them by a torn Achilles, because then I can speak to that myself. I was trying to play City League basketball, felt like somebody kicked me or stepped on my heel, and I turned around and there was nobody there. And I took one step and I knew something wasn't right. Went to the doctor, found out it was a ruptured Achilles tendon. So I got that going with Kobe. Kobe had his, he came back from it. So hopefully I'll be back. But definitely don't take this game for granted. Hopefully you guys can all make it tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. Get your work in on your own. Just because we're not playing as a team or practicing as a team next weekend doesn't mean you can't get in the gym and do your own work. Do your own work. Like we've talked about, this is about you guys and your future and your basketball careers, not mine. Mine's done. More done now than it was last week at this time. But it's done. So this is about you guys and your future. So take this opportunity to get better. Take what the coaches give you. Don't take this for granted. You have college coaches, high school coaches, head coaches, assistant coaches, all working with you guys. So hopefully you're asking questions. Hopefully you're taking advantage of this opportunity because this is something rare. We have two teams and we have Willis and Hellstrom and Josh and Ian and myself and Coach Houston. You guys have a lot of great coaches working with you. So hopefully you're asking questions and trying to soak in as much as you can, because it's not very often you have 6 coaches with 2 teams of the caliber of coaches that we have with us. So I know I'm thankful for the staff that we have, for covering for me when I'm out of town or injured. And definitely appreciate you, Coach Hellstrom, Coach Josh, and looking forward to seeing you guys in a gym soon. Stay in touch, reach out if you guys do have questions or you need anything. Coach Hellstrom, any parting shots?
Yeah, I think exactly what Coach Miner said. Just make sure that you are, you're improving, and it's not just on the court, but just as a person. And that's the biggest part of what we're hoping that you get out of this situation. So continue to do all the good things that we are doing. And if you have questions, I know that there's a lot of people that have questions. Please ask. That's the biggest thing. If you want information, you got to ask for it. So
Closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths do not get fed. Coach Josh, you got anything you want to leave them with before we sign off?
Just think about getting at least 1% better each day. That going with that consistent we've been talking about, and that's not just talking about basketball. Like I said in that text the other day, so I didn't just say I hope you all had a good weekend on the court. It's have a good week. Excuse me. Have a good week in the classroom. Have a good week with your friends, with your family. Just take the lessons that you get from this game and continue to apply them both on and off the court. Just be consistent. It ain't about being perfect. It's just about being consistent and trying to get better each day.
A little bit every day, 1%, not get rich quick. Think about it more like a crock pot than a microwave. You guys know what a crock pot is? Slow cooked. The roast beef is always tender. The vegetables always taste a little better when they're slow cooked. With a microwave, it's instantaneous, but it's always cold in the middle and hot as hell on the outside. So make sure that you guys think about being more like a crock pot, slow cooked, process oriented. You can't wait to work. You got to work while you wait. Don't wait to the last minute, because that's the microwave mentality of, oh, I don't have to get this ready in the morning. I can wait till after work to start preparing my dinner. But it's never as good out of the microwave. I promise you that. So thank you guys for hopping on today. If you guys do need anything, reach out. If you're watching us on replay, drop me a message and tell me what you learned. If you're watching this live, drop me a message and let me know what you learned. So I will know if you've watched this, because I will know if you do send me a message. So if you're watching this live, you have a little bit of advantage. If you're not watching this live and you're watching this on replay, I commend you for sticking all the way with us to the end of all of our rambling and rants, but appreciate everyone. It's a great day to be a Grit Oregon team member. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the end of this record. So if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and hit me with what you learned. If you're watching this live, just drop me a message right